Oh, we're live, so.
Which one of these is mine? My mic. Suka? Bilateral triangle. Suka. Suka bilat. Suka bilat. Okay, so now we have to turn. Your thing is turned on and plugged in? Use this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Am I showing up on there?
Yeah.
Paul talks a lot slower than I do.
Recording error, unspecified error.
Alright, so.
Good job.
Hey, so it looks like you have the job as the stream assistant.
Yep. Here you go.
Since Hi just wrecked the camera.
I have to adjust this
Almost.
since you talk much
Yeah.
slower than I do.
Extremely.
No, this was also untightened. This is not untightened. Because if this was untightened, then this would be moving like
Lefty
that.
loosey, righty tighty. And you're behind it, so reverse that.
Yeah.
That's correct.
People are questioning why I work here. I still work here.
Is it live?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, so this is the shipping address, right?
So,
Alright, so I'll make
So
a
you
note of
can
that
be
and
stream
then I'll
assistant
change
while I
it
fix
to,
this.
I'll
Yeah,
change that
go
and
for it.
have on file to your shipping and that's your billing.
Why is your mouse sticky?
what?
Can you repeat your shipping
I'll
address?
clean his mouse.
My mouse is sticky?
Your mouse is sticky.
How sticky?
Very sticky.
Alright.
I'll clean his mouse for you. He's on the phone.
Stroke my mouse.
Alright, let me
Giggity.
change that.
Giggity.
So I have that in the notes.
Giggity giggity. Giggity goo.
And what?
Alright, why is there a staple here?
Yeah, I understand.
Alright, I'm gonna help remove these things. Is this junk?
Is it mine?
Cool.
And the light.
Start removing something.
Hi.
I'm Paul.
So you're doing the stream.
Alright, here
right?
you go then.
Kind of.
Any air screens? Just go ahead and do
there?
it, alright?
Oh,
Air screens anywhere?
I have like 3 under my desk.
Alright. There's two. One of them the connector is bad, the other one has stripes on it, so I'm looking for something that will give me a definitive image.
Check with Steve. He just had it.
Alright.
Yeah, it just won't go through on for sure. One second. This is Russell figure you might have.
Yes, I do.
This one just literally either not or just be.
So today we're gonna have Paul fixing a motherboard. Everybody say hello to Paul. We've given him air no powers.
Yeah, right.
Sorry about that. There's
I has air no power.
it has air no power. Like, no, that's
What's your name? Alright, give me a second. Let me double check the code. Right? Why is this in the front?
did you
Why
give
are
that?
JTAG connectors shipping ground? This is for. Why is this ground?
Because that person paid for ground.
They actually paid extra to have their JTAG connectors shipped by FedEx instead of the Postal Service.
Yeah.
Where
It
can we
is
get JTAG
Very
connectors?
important to get a JTAG.
Store.rossmangroup.com/jtag.html. Don't delay. Buy your burned up piece of plastic today. We have it in 2 different conditions. You can buy your JTAG in either skullfuck condition or lightly used.
We prefer the skull fuck condition.
Wait, what did you do with that JTAG that I gave you?
Oh, I finished it.
Oh, okay.
Mortal Kombat style.
Oh, wait, did he sign it?
Yeah, he did.
No, I remember it said fuck Apple, but I don't know if it said who.
Did not.
Uh,
It says fuck Apple. That's the important part.
Oh.
What did you find, Paul?
MacBook come.
MacBook come with
All over the CPU.
I'll go ahead and
What,
transfer
you
right
want
now,
it?
right?
I don't know.
I do. What's this on the thing?
This one, that's why you got to teach.
I thought you were supposed to get an easy air no power.
Yeah, sure. Okay. That'll work.
We promised you an easy air no power.
You promised me a lot.
Hi, how can I help you?
Camera for the.
It says Microscope right there. It's in almost. Unless it's active, then it doesn't.
So basically, there were some files that were put in from a Windows 7 into this hard drive files, and then we try to plug it into a MacBook. And then
Let's see what happens when we plug it in.
Yeah, because it's formatted for Mac, right?
no, it's formatted from Windows. Windows, the files were the
Power supply.
I'm about to put 31 volts into a MacBook.
Windows. That way, that's why we couldn't download it.
Oh, what the hell just happened?
Oh yeah, it has a bit of a delay.
Oh my god, this power supply is the worst.
Did we turn on Paul Daniel's software?
On any operating system.
On any of
Yeah, the power supply I have up here is a budget conscious model.
Or it doesn't even recognize anything.
I have fan spin.
It looks like there's files.
So what?
When I was trying to read it on the
What does it mean when you have fan spin on here and then you have a charged battery icon on the screen instead of a question mark folder?
What is PM_batlow_L?
Okay,
Pull-up resistor is probably correct.
okay. PM battery L?
PM batlow L.
Okay.
There's no fucking MacBook Air in D7.
Maybe D7?
Their name Fred.
We're on nearby.
Yeah, he's close enough.
Wait. Let me double check with Warhammer and make sure that it's complete. So the dude's on the phone. Just double check.
Okay, so we have fan spin. We have
I understand that there's
screen
Show
power.
fan spin. Show fan spin on camera.
I did show fan spin.
Just double check, make sure.
We have no backlight.
I see camera.
Tell him to give me a thumbs up.
If I buy 2 JTAGs, will I get free shipping in the US? Yes, you will.
We have air, no backlight.
Orhan, is it good? Or
When's the last time you had a no backlight?
A simple no backlight? 8 months ago. At least. I'm gonna start tracking those metrics.
no, I just wanted you to tell me because you were pushing the picture.
Okay, let's get this board out of this machine and see what we're dealing with. And I don't have the Stream Deck and I don't have a Stream Assistant, so
Take it. What do you want to do?
overhead.
So
Desk.
seems like
This one.
yeah, the repairs are complete.
And I'm terrible about reading chat.
You want to help you with that? After I
In,
finish it?
in terms of insurance, we end up putting insurance when we ship it. Yeah. We usually put in terms of this one 700, 800. Mhm. Yeah. But we go by the value of what the MacBook is and that's it. How much are you looking for me to put as your insurance? Let me just double check and make sure that if maybe I'll invoice here or maybe we'll put it at 1300.
No, we have.
Okay. Yeah, not too many people paid, unfortunately.
Okay, well, yesterday you accidentally gave me this
Yeah, I know.
one. Oh, you know, okay.
I second. I thought of it as soon as it actually left the store. I was thinking about it. Which is the second part.
Take these two.
Yeah.
Make sure we leave the USB there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you. At least you brought it back. Because that's one of the things we need to trouble. Okay.
I hate wearing gloves. Gloves make you leave your tools a complete mess.
I'll see you Monday then.
No, I'm here on Sunday too. But I don't know who's doing the strip.
Alright, sounds good.
But I'll see you. Well then, I'll see you Monday. Take care. Thank you.
We're taking a look at it in the back, right?
Now, if there's files that are
Alright, just give me 1 moment. I'm going to be inputting your information.
I know there's type 2, type 1 where the
Shipping system
hear noise and then
how much I would invoice you.
This feels like it's stuck. I think we're gonna find something really nasty on the other side of this.
how much would cost
Since you haven't paid your
That was a very
Is this actually a no
satisfying
backlight?
added on to that one, and then we
because the
email
guy
it.
I'm looking for, I was trying to repair it using a certain software, but it didn't work out.
Ooh, the goo went right through.
People
the
are questioning
ram.
why Paul is not using gloves.
Why is Paul not using
I
gloves?
even try to rewrite
How
Paul
do you
doesn't
keep the
like
flux
gloves.
off of your hands?
I don't get flux on anything.
try to
How much flux do you use?
override on it, but there's
1 micropole of flux.
Is that true?
I'm actually
That's not the right amount of flux.
It's always the right amount of flux.
Oh, we have a business here where we sell flux.
On store.rossmangroup.com.
I was like, I have some time.
That's the only reason you're coming here.
No, well,
You know,
So,
not the best news.
no backlight air.
Not the best news. That would be terrible.
no, it's fine. I mean, I have time. My mom's at the wedding right now.
So I'm going to put, and your invoice, I'm putting extra.
I was like, yeah.
Extra.
No, it's good, so I've been like passing by here multiple times, so.
Yeah.
I've even seen.
I mean, correct.
Appreciate the support.
No, definitely.
I haven't eaten my lunch yet.
Hmm?
I haven't eaten my lunch yet.
Where's your lunch?
Over there.
Money?
So it ends up switching up in our system once it's paid. And once it's paid,
So here we have the LED driver.
Ship system, and then after it's ready to ship, I end up on the guy that
Which
Let's
looks,
see what the LED driver looks like.
It looks beautiful, pristine, brand new.
Yeah, the LED driver looks pretty good, and the other side of the board actually looked pretty good as well. Which leads me to wonder what the random issue causing no backlight on this board could be.
Random.
Has Paul been cheated again?
Do you dare think the fuse is blown?
That would be hysterical if the fuse is blown. I don't think that's possible.
Why aren't we seeing microscope?
Can you turn on Paul Daniels' multimeter software?
Where's that at?
It's the one that doesn't have an icon. So you see the Vegas icon at the bottom, 2 to the left of that. And now the meter has to be turned on in RS-232 mode. So there's an RS-232 button. And we hit that. Now, Paul, here we go. Now Paul's software. Wait, well, how does Paul Daniels' software show up straight for you?
It worked
I
just
have to turn
fine.
the thing on like 4 times to get it to
There
work
was
usually.
no problem with it at all.
This is yours, right? Hi.
Yep.
That's a good fuse.
Wait, so take this though.
No, I'll take this, but
MacBook fuses never go bad.
no, I'll take here.
Anybody want to see a JTAG? Ew.
In the background, you'll hear people bickering back and forth. One of them is a blonde.
Who's Erica?
Everybody, say hello to the blonde.
Erica Blunt?
Can you make an announcement that Paul bought 40 chicken nuggets? Ixnay on
Steve?
Yeah, what's up?
I have text messages.
You stop speaking.
I will. Tell someone else to donate $5.
Steven Rossman.
Wait, no, give them
Make sure.
the stream link so that it goes to QuickBooks. Because if you just give them a PayPal address,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a loss for fuck.
Yeah, so do what he said.
You need to stream? Oh, heavens.
Yeah, I do actually, but I was gonna look it up and find it. But if you have it, that's even better.
Just go to one of his videos.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, do that. I need to show.
Ah, sure.
Store.rossmangroup.com.
Where can I get some flux?
Wait, what'd you say, Kevin?
Flux. Where can I get it?
Store.rossmangroup.com.
So recently, how much are you supposed to use?
All of it. 30 cc's on one board, right?
Mm-hmm. 30 cc's per chip.
1 tube of flux per repair?
That doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right at all.
Does it sound right?
That
Does
doesn't
not sound right at all.
It always sounds right.
I was taught in the school of polynomics
Yes.
to use a Paul
So-
index.
Realistically,
Influx.
this is inside. Yeah. So realistically, it could only be one of two things. The first is that it's firmware related, so a firmware related issue, or the heads. Yeah. So any firmware.
Do we have an
related
error
issue,
test
we charge
screen?
454, Any.
You have the one that's in the computer?
We charge 900 to 1,000.
I don't know if I trust that one.
Is it corroded?
Sorry?
How can you determine?
Oh, well, I have to go in there and, do the work. Yeah, so I have
So
to.
we need like anti-dust stuff.
Okay, yeah. So we have all that. It's a process, and the first thing for you to decide is this within your range or budget to do
The
it?
thing is, it's not for me though. It's
Uh-huh.
for a friend.
Yeah.
I'm just a brain.
Yeah. So you gotta confirm with them. It really has to be one or the other. There's nothing in between.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, with these, it's common with these that they have firmware issues. What happens
No one is
is
reading
you
chat.
have bad sectors.
Nobody's
and
reading
these
chat.
They
sectors
hired a
get
stream
transferred
assistant,
to
but he
a
does nothing
very
but sit
special
here and
list.
gain weight.
And when that list gets full, then the drive acts very weird.
Yeah.
I'm awful at reading chat.
We did that a couple times. First, he went ahead and downloaded files.
Can I have a chair?
Which he's trying to retrieve. And then, sorry.
God bless.
Did you see this shit?
What do I do? Throw it out!
He put a third eye on this. I don't know what he's doing. That's Kevin, by the way.
Customer wasn't supposed to see
He's
it.
our special
No,
employee.
don't worry.
He's our special employee. I'm sure you know.
I'm a special customer.
How do you read anything on the screen? Hi.
So,
I don't.
he downloaded some files.
This is gonna make you blind.
Oh no, it already has.
Plug it into,
No,
he's trying to plug it into a MacBook.
What is this?
Now I'm guessing
Dark
he has
screen.
to use some type
It's terrible.
Aren't you like dark?
So here we have a look at the LCD connector area.
of- And then on top of that,
Dark mode is the worst one.
Dark mode is.
Paul is trying to see how much voltage
uh,
it's using at backlight output.
try to read
However, the machine is closed, so it's not going to use any voltage at backlight output because it thinks it's closed.
Yeah.
it when it mounts.
Yeah. You don't think he wiped it, right? Because I mean, I hope
That's the
not.
thing. I'm not sure if it's
Why'd I get 19 volts?
Yeah.
Even if with it closed, I should get a pulse of light.
the plotters.
No, when it's closed, I think yeah. Oh, because the backlight capacitors are still charged.
Yeah.
I try to plug it into
You're saying it was
Yeah, so it doesn't go down immediately.
It wouldn't. It sees it,
Yeah.
but it won't recognize
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I cannot click.
Rob
Just
says
say
thumbs
USB.
down for not showing the
Just
blind.
USB and
Yeah.
I cannot
Yeah,
mount.
exactly.
Now,
Okay, so that's
No,
good.
trust
And
me,
it
you don't
does
want to see.
show how much space there is.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a lot.
I can't afford to buy a new lens for my NEX EA50.
There's some way to probably retrieve it.
So, how much stuff does he have on there?
Probably.
Say hello to our studio audience.
It's 21 volts of backlight.
Okay. So not anywhere close to being full.
Yeah, not.
Yeah. And you saw how much
taught me in
so
Russian.
The free space coincided with how much
It
he
was,
has
it was
used.
a lot.
This woman taught me every Russian word I know.
Yeah.
That's
But
not
you don't think he wiped it?
Because I used to wonder what these all meant. She used to call me all these things, and then I started Googling them one day. After I said them to other people, and they got mad.
That's not true.
Yeah. No, it definitely you can't. At this point, it's not going to be at the software level in Windows.
Then
or
she
any
quit
other
and went to
OS.
work
It
somewhere
has to be at
else.
the firmware level of the drive.
What's the guarantee that
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't pay unless we recover it.
It would be way more fun for one of you to respond to anything Kilton Tim said today on the support forum.
95% success rate.
What did they say, iPad Rehab?
It's a really high rate of success.
Okay, so here's. I'm gonna be here for another couple days over for the rest of the weekend. How long? Would it,
How soon do you need it by? That's the
well,
thing.
I'm leaving either Sunday night or Monday morning.
You,
Yeah.
but the drive that the
It has.
oh shoot. So you're leaving in 2 days.
Yeah, more or less.
Tomorrow and the day after.
Yeah. Most likely Monday.
Most likely. Well, in that case, you have to decide now, because then I have to get to work now on it. I have everything ready for these. I have all the parts. I don't need donors. I have the donors already handy
yeah,
because I get them so often.
That makes sense.
And the firmware issues, that's not a problem. Really, should be straightforward if it is that.
Okay,
So
you said
the decision has to be made within like the next, what is it?
next hour.
Next hour.
You are quite a salesman.
Yeah.
He's taking out the time.
No, he's leaving in 2 days.
Oh, what
It's
the?
not me.
2 days?
No, because I come from DC, so.
Hi, grab him by the feet and just turn him upside down. Let's get the wallet.
What is?
Oh man.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put it back together now.
Okay, perfect. I'll
You
go ahead and
make the calls, whatever you need to do, and just let us know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here.
Also, let him know that he needs to decide like quick because we don't have
Q-tips?
Can you give me like you said how much? Can you
So
do you have a set price? How much?
Yeah. I'm gonna have him give you. Do you want it like emailed or do you want it?
Just write it
Q-tips.
down.
Okay, perfect. Let me just close this. I'll be right back.
They're all congratulating.
Somebody's birthday outside, apparently. Oh, speaking of cute
My
blondes.
fans are lined up for you, Lewis, outside.
Can you please clean the air and put the bezel on? No. Oh, come on. Look at it.
I don't want to go that way.
Come on. Well, no, I did the hard part for you.
Someone said I never.
Looks like it.
Could be. Probably is. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's for the corrosion stuff, right?
Teresa says poor Paul.
That's to remove
Yes,
corrosion?
poor Paul, having to do a no backlight air.
No backlight air.
I know.
This is going to wind up being worse than no backlight air.
What is it? What do you notice?
I'm getting 21 volts of backlight.
They gave me an
So
interview.
PWM is missing, or is SMC lid is stuck now?
Alright.
And I sold myself. I was like, fuck you guys. You guys can suck. I'm gonna go work for Microscopes.
Or PWM is shorted to ground due to bad backlight drive.
Or the backlight's just off and I need a PRAM reset.
Or you just need to do a PRAM reset. Very random.
Which the
Genova says,
the
"Thanks for
keyboard's not
clock-
responding.
Thanks for the clock chip to my 2011 MacBook. It fixed my quarter fan spin. And thanks for the Jolly Rancher.
Sorry?
Green Apple is my
Oh,
fave.
it's our way? Okay.
Screw people who like that blue Jolly Rancher. Thank you, Genova. And you have good taste in Jolly Ranchers.
Is it not cherry?
Cherry. I like cherry.
Can I get a pen, please?
Depends what
Pen.
you like, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, we're going to do firmware. 400 to 450.
I have chime.
And then
I have question mark folder.
You have question mark folder?
I have question mark folder.
I don't see question mark folder.
No, question mark.
Oh, well, what'd you do to fix backlight?
PRAM reset to fix backlight.
325 plus tax.
Well, it needs UC.
It can only be those, nothing really in between. If it
425
goes
plus
easy, I
tax.
can maybe work with you with the price.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, but that's the thing, I don't know.
No, no,
Sometimes
you're
they're
fine.
miserable, you know, sometimes that's the thing. So I have to start. That's the thing.
Understand. Okay, I'll go ahead and
Turn the camera on Steve and watch him sell the data job and then do it right now.
Bye.
You too.
Well, we can't now.
Justin wants to see you selling.
See me selling?
Yes.
Sell it, baby.
What the hell does that mean?
See you how you sell people.
Oh.
He said you sound very persuasive.
That was great sales right there.
But, was
You have
it
to
though?
decide right now.
No, he's
Now!
He's like, I'm leaving in 2 days.
Now.
Okay, so decide now.
Jack Bauer? Right now. 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 Okay, so
He
wait.
wrote that on himself. Oh, I'm leaving in 2 days. Okay.
Okay, so this already works. So hi, make notes already works, needs ultrasonic, and that's it. And we hit stop.
Ultrasonic everything in there.
Now we stop recording and hit start for a new one so that I don't lose my mind finding all the clips later. And now there's another MacBook next to you, an A13. Actually, no, I promised you another Air No Power, so let's.
Oh, you already got the A1398.
No, a promise is a promise. Okay, wait. This is no power / kernel panics. Does that still count as a no power?
How can it kernel panic if there's no power?
No power.
What kind of crap are you trying to
Okay,
press
flickering,
on me here?
liquid damage, flickering screen.
I could take a look at that.
Might be a board issue. I think I remember that one actually.
Also, I just remember Ixnay on the customer label on the, you know.
Did you see it on?
No, you didn't, but just so you know. So 4chan doesn't have a field day.
You're doing. No, I know, but I'm not doing.
What?
But I'm not doing. I'm gonna go back to the dress this year.
Which track back here?
Can we go one infinite loop and do board level repair there? I think that would be a fun idea.
That would be interesting.
What?
Let's set up a table out front of their place.
I believe not, only because we don't have any at the
One
moment.
infinite
We're
loop
not
is too
stocked.
claustrophobic.
One infinite loop?
Set up a table out front of their offices and do board repair.
Well, you should call it not modifying max. Not
This-
No, they say when you put a fuse, you're modifying it.
This chat assistant needs to feed him questions or ask him stuff. Yeah, I hired a stream assistant, but
Yeah, I'm terrible at reading the chat, so
what the hell? Hi, be a hi.
I can't
Is he
multitask
like-
that much.
What does he do? You're a stream assistant. He's doing like shipping.
I was eating.
He's the
I was
shipping.
just eating.
Wait, if he does shipping, then what does he do?
He's a stream
manage
assistant.
the shipping. Yeah.
What?
What
Screen
does she do? How are you
flickering.
feeling, by the way?
So there's random pieces of food in here.
What year model is your MacBook?
You're not leaving before 8 o'clock, right?
What's up?
I don't know. Maybe. Why?
Yeah, what MacBook do you have?
Yeah, I have something to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Something different, but even.
I don't see anything
Okay.
gross. Let's just take the board out before we do anything.
Is that a touch bar?
Yeah.
A black bar above the keyboard? No, it does have a black bar above the keyboard that you can touch, and there's something called commands. Oh, yeah, buttons basically. That's touch.
Can we ask for a refund seeing we don't have Lewis doing work?
What did you pay for?
I don't know, I think people donated.
I'm not good enough for you?
Apparently
Is that what
not.
it is?
I don't think so.
You need Lewis sitting here?
People are still questioning.
Do you have any important information on it?
Hey. Ask Vanera if she'll come work for me when Jean leaves in June.
Fuck off. You find your own employees, iPad rehab. Yes, apparently somebody quit working for Jessa. So now, Jessa's trying to steal people from here to work for her. But the thing is, Jessa can't compete with us in salary. How much are you getting paid here, Veneer? You can't compete with the compensation plan that we offer Veneer.
Yeah, he already.
Oh, alright.
I just want to let you know.
I'll let him know.
Maybe he's waiting.
All right, so here Paul is taking apart a machine where the screen is flickering. Jesse James says Paul is better at board repair. Indeed, he fixed it by resetting PRAM. Paul is a talented man. He's probably gonna have 3 more today that are just like that. There's something about that chair where all the easy boards just tend to gravitate to it.
You mean random?
This is another board that's glued into the machine with something.
Random boards. Paul, tell us about a time you got arrested.
Who said that?
Jessa Jones from iPad Rehab.
A time you got arrested?
A time.
When I went crazy and blew up the place I worked at? What?
Does it turn off though? Okay, yeah, we can take a look at it. Sure.
All of Lewis's employees are paid in Jolly Ranchers.
Okay.
Question, were you in business before Jessa? No, Jessa was in business before I was born.
No problem. Bye.
Is that why she has all the cruises and all the money and all?
That's why she has a water tower of money. She has a car, an SUV, an electric car, a boat, 2 houses, 1 water tower, and unfortunately 0 employees. But
Nelson?
You're Nelson.
I'm not Nelson.
You're Nelson.
Mikey's Nelson.
You're Nelson.
Nope.
blew up the place I worked at. Sounds like a story. What happened? Says Jessa. What? Huh? All right. Here we have the LED driver chip. It looks clean. Here we have the SMC. Some pubes, but rather clean. We have a little green thing over there, and that's fine. Not as green as Jess's wallet. That
sounds healthy.
But that's okay. Someone on Reddit still thinks that I, Jessa, am your grandmother. Yes. It's one of those things about putting rumors on the internet. It's really hard to get rid of them once they're out there. Imagine that. Imagine that.
So this board looks normally dirty.
That's a lot of yellow.
What about a second monitor for it so we can just see that over here? Hmm?
Yes.
We could take Venera's monitor from her computer. As she said, she doesn't work here.
Yes.
And that one's 4K too.
We should take Kevin's monitor.
There's an extra monitor over there.
Where?
Here we have a JTAG connector. Everybody wave hi to the JTAG connector.
Hey, where can we get JTAG connectors for $19.99?
You can get a JTAG connector on store.rossmangroup.com/jtag.html. That's store.rossmangroup.com/jtag.html, where you can buy yourself a freshly minted JTAG.
Don't delay. Buy today.
We've sold about 10 JTAGs at this point. Are you jealous, Jessa? After leaving and laughing, our blonde assistant has come back. Everybody wave hi to our blonde assistant.
I'll stab you.
How very Russian of you. Now, over here on the screen... on the screen...
What is that?
Okay. Over here you'll notice that our DCN board appears to have a little bit of corrosion on it. Now what you see here is... Hi, you gotta stop laughing like a girl. Yeah, laugh like Steve. Hear that hearty laugh? That's the laugh of a man that just tricked somebody out of $900 for his data.
But I sound like a girl.
He said no.
What do you mean he said no?
What do you mean?
What do you mean he said no?
He said
No.
no.
He said no.
He came back and said no.
No means yes, Steve.
No means yes. Listen to Ilhan Omar. Anyway, so here we have what's called a Hall sensor. A Hall sensor is going to detect when magnetism is near it and send out a signal. This here is a logic gate that is also a Hall sensor, or a Hall sensor that is also a logic gate, or both. Paul is actually working on fixing the Hall sensor here, because we're that cheap that we would rather not replace this Hall sensor that likely costs 5 or 10 cents. We need to save the money.
We don't have this hall sensor.
And this is an Air?
Yes.
Oh, we're also so we're also replacing this because that DCN board has now gone up to $32.
Yes.
The wholesale cost of this DCN board is now $32.
For want of one connection here, we're not going to
So
spend
we are
$32.
So we are going to refurbish this 50-cent Hall sensor on there.
I'm going to use a Paul amount of flux from a fluxed up fucking syringe. What the hell?
I cleaned that.
This
We
is
cleaned that.
fluxy as shit.
We cleaned it. Okay, no, hi, clean the syringe.
Yeah, okay.
Hi, you.
Here, you hold that like you're going to use it, and you tell me that's clean. Yeah, exactly.
Hi. Good one job, hi. So here we're scraping away at the area with an X-Acto knife, cleaning off the corrosion.
No, I'm in true Louis Rossman fashion. I use tweezers.
You use my tweezers?
I use tweezers.
Now see what Paul does when they're not his tweezers? Oh man, there's even... I have 4 sets of tweezers there, so you might as well.
I'm using the old ones.
If you were me, you would be using the new ones. After scraping away the corrosion, we clean it off with alcohol, then we put a little bit of flux, and we touch up the connection.
Is that an appropriate amount of flux?
That is not an appropriate amount of flux. Likely this will not work. But this is one of those things where you cannot tell somebody what to do. They must learn for themselves. After Paul turns this back on and it has no backlight, we will put the proper 30 cc's of flux.
I'm gonna leave that window open for you. I'm gonna leave that window open.
We're also going to refurbish that capacitor. Likely 0.1 microfarad, maybe 6 or 6.3 volts. and really touch up that Hall sensor. Make it look nice.
You need to stop watching the video feed on a delay. You need to remote into this or something.
Yeah, but that is going to be a delay. Hey, get the other monitor. Hi. I'm going to wind up, like, when I edit this, I'm going to have to move the audio back by 2 or 3 seconds with Time Warner. Wow, more corrosion. I wonder if there's corrosion by an audio chip. No good. Let's scrape away at that corrosion.
Aww.
We're going to scrape away at that corrosion.
I need a donor board.
The same way that Venera scrapes away at my privacy. Every time she screams the names of the people that I'm potentially dating on live stream. Don't you, Venera? Don't you, Venera? Yes, because there's no difference between one person knowing and 803,000. Perhaps we should let 803,000 people know what your real hair color is. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Where's the Omnivice? This thing is too light to work on.
The Omnivice is free of flux. Now we are going to use the Omnivice that you can find in an affiliate link down below. The Omnivice allows you to put the board in the position that you would like it to go, and it will stay in place, as you can see here. As you can see here, it allows the board to be held in place for the low price of $50 to $80. Beautiful, isn't it? Now we're going to work on that board, work on the Hall sensor inside the microscope, and see if it can be fixed. Do you think it can be fixed, Blonde?
Yes.
Let's see how long it takes for a Hi to figure out how to plug in a monitor. Blondness is contagious. Here, we scrape away the affected areas. We also pray to God that since I just announced that there was such a ridiculous price hike on this, that Hi made the DCN boards either out of stock or more money on store.rossmangroup.com. Or else I'm going to be selling over 30 items from inventory at $10 below cost, which will come directly out of Hi's paycheck. Teresa says, more flux.
No more flux, you maniacs. Now I need a donor board.
Brave. A nanopole of flux. You need a donor DCN board?
Yes, I do.
I feel so cheap right now. Are you bored? Do you have nothing to do while Paul's in intermission? Head over to store.rossmangroup.com/jtag.html. That's store.rossmangroup.com. I can't keep a straight face. Hi, stop bothering them.
What?
Oh,
It's not there. Then find one. Hi is going to find an HDMI cable.
I has donor board.
Paul now has a donor board. We're going to use this donor board to try and fix the existing DC in board, rather than buy a new one. Buying a new DC in board is not in the budget.
What? That's one big ass nozzle you got there.
Paul's noticed that since he's changed his position that his nozzle has grown. 12.7 millimeters.
Much nozzle.
Alpha says if you tried soldering with thermal paste instead of flux. That's not a good idea, but the two are right next to each other, so it's only a matter of time before that mistake is made.
Hello.
I just called, here, and then the guy said, I'm just, I'm here, and then they asked me, what's happening? I'm the store, last night I tried to...
If you stream mine, I'm at work for the next 2 hours. I'll throw you another 20. Victor, did you send us a MacBook? We may have one under the desk. Or you can unplug something that belongs to Mikey. Good work. This IEC cord is... No, I mean, this IEC cord is like bigger than your bicep. Here we're going to be replacing that hall sensor or reflowing that hall sensor?
Reflowing.
Reflowing the hall sensor.
That's not a hall sensor, that's a MOSFET.
Reflowing a MOSFET. Same difference.
Now let's look for some more corrosion on this.
Do you still repair 2007 MacBooks? We smashed 2007 MacBooks. Let's see, what is Victor's machine? Does Victor have a machine that is random? Or does Victor have a machine that is a nightmare? Actually, yes, Victor, you're the A1398 no power. That has a chance of not being miserable. Absolutely. Okay, so that other A1398 you have there, somebody's in chat and donated to have theirs streamed.
That's the one I have?
Yeah. Plug one into the desk. Uh-huh. We need to get a better one of this with way more outlets.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting one that takes up the entire span.
Hi, try from here to here. Hi. You can try from here to here.
No, I'm not going to go from here.
Okay.
Desk?
mind if we wipe it? Do we mind if, do you
Yes,
mind
yes,
if we wipe it?
yes, whatever, you know, just,
Alright,
I
you
trust
don't
you.
have any more information on it?
no.
Okay.
She said she trusts you.
I'm just making sure.
It's never happened. Kevin.
Yes, please.
Whoa. Hi, look, what is this? Is crazy.
They did multi-view? Like, did do multi-view.
That is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
You can see every. You can. It shows you every scene.
On that monitor.
Really?
Yeah.
A+.
Really? I want to see this. I've never done this before.
Yeah, OBS is a new thing where you can.
Dude, we're in the big leagues now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Holy shit! Program preview. Oh my god.
We have to. I have to fix the scenes because these scenes are such a mess.
Do you want to fix it?
There's way too many scenes. Yeah.
Now you need a transition switcher.
Store.com is underwater. Still, what are the scenes? Is there any way to just show me the scene that's on screen?
Yes, but I have to do that. Someone donated $5.
I has no mouse.
Trackball.
I has no trackball.
So,
Here or stay?
no, you can stay here. We're just trying to figure out whether or not it's your SSD that's failing or if it's your operating system. Because when we plugged in our SSD with our operating system, it worked fine and it booted perfectly fine, even when we logged in. So it's either going to be your operating system or SSD.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So
It's a little too technical for us.
it's either going to be the hard drive, your storage that went bad, or it's going to be what's inside of that hard drive that went bad. So like the software side.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Wait.
Thank you. Mouse is worse than this keyboard.
My keyboard
Is it worse than my mouse?
I like
Yes, I believe this mouse is worse than the mouse you have up in the front.
Damn, that's pretty bad.
This is.
The Apple logo.
Apple logo?
The logo of the Apple.
Apple.
As you can see, we have now refurbished the DCN board, a part that used to cost $10. Because that's the level of quality and ingenuity that we put into your computer. Reuse. Before you have recycle, you can't forget about reuse. Beautiful. Backlight. Let's focus in on a happy Paul for a no backlight. Wow. When's the last time you had a no backlight that was that? Before the focus, before autofocus kicks in. Paul.
Yeah, just under.
Thank God that camera has a really slow autofocus. Oh, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying put it in the note.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That
Next
needs
up.
to be UC'd.
It doesn't?
It does.
Next
The
up, we have a
DCM board as well.
Next up, we have a machine for Victor. Victor sent us an A1398 that's not powering on. Let's see if we can figure out what's wrong with Victor's MacBook. Let's see if we can get it to power on. Can you believe all that last MacBook needed was a little bit of TLC on its hall sensor?
See,
What the hell is...
Here we have an 820-3787 board, and they've clearly spent a lot of money on it as they sprung for the 1 terabyte SSD. If this were a normal machine, that terabyte SSD wouldn't be much. But this is an Apple, so they must have paid like $20,000 to that.
I don't think this is going anywhere.
What do you notice, Paul? What's wrong with this machine? Show us what's wrong with it. Point and direct us to what you notice. We appear to have liquid damage. On the stream assistant. Okay, the clear is clear liquid. Oh god. Oh my. Okay, so that is quite burned. Wow. Much dirty. Okay. It should still turn on without that there, though. Is that the motherboard end or the I/O board end?
This is the motherboard end.
Oh, that's the motherboard end.
Yes.
Yeah, just leave the new connector. That looks really looks simple. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Yeah, don't some of these lines go straight to CPU?
No. They don't. They probably don't go to the CPU.
Probably.
Random.
Probably. Randomly go to CPU.
Random. You'll have to make your own seat, hi. I'll buy you one on Amazon. All these rechargeable batteries, 1.2 volts instead of 1.5. Disgusting practice.
Practice of complete disrespect.
Of complete disrespect.
Available at store.rossmobile.com.
So we're trying to figure out how we can sell complete disrespect in our store. If anybody has any ideas, let us know.
Drop us a line.
We need to get a button on that automatically pans over to Kevin. Like where the camera will actually auto pan over to Kevin without a stream assistant having to get up. It's hi. Is that on face focus?
I don't.
Face detection. Yeah, face detection is on. You know what's strange that we need to get something to mount that light to the desk so that it doesn't.
Or you know what you do? Mount it to the ceiling. Actually.
Or mount it to the ceiling.
Or mount it to a hi-hat.
Or have hi just stand and hold it.
The entire time you stream.
Could you do me a favor and write down your password, Jeff? So we can save yourself.
How was your day, Lewis?
I had a lovely day. Hi. How about you?
Good. Except for Lewis. No, I'm sorry, Kevin touching my PP bus?
What?
Whoa. I deny all allegations, though.
Scream can't hear you. Sure.
Why is there bag on the floor? Nothing inside, whatever.
Extra screen.
So this is the top side of this connector, and you see a bunch of liquid damage around it. So
Yeah, there's two likelihoods here. If Paul is a lucky man, the connector is shorting PP5 ESO to ground, and simply removing some of that will make it turn on again. If Paul is Paul, then the PP5 ESO will have gone to the CPU, and the CPU will be dead.
Does that mean we bring the Zalmo? We fix the Zalmo?
In that case, Hi was going to carry the Zalmo from the basement up here, and replace the CPU as overtime.
Yeah, he is.
Everybody in favor of Hi replacing the CPU, go aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Everybody who thinks that Hi should not have to stay late and replace the CPU, say nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it.
I vote aye as well, by the way.
So I'm screwed.
So late. So
That's not enough flux.
That's a Paul increment of flux.
It's not enough.
The ayes appear to have it.
Cool. The chat wanted a vote and they got the vote.
Kevin is Mr. Bean, says Jesse James.
I agree.
I disagree.
No Fs.
Mr. Bean going. Yeah. How can I help you?
Yeah, Lewis does not exist.
Lewis does not exist. How can he help him? Seems like my board repair check is Israel. Exactly. Sounds like that board needs to be at the bottom of an ocean. Where was the original corrosion? Oh, reflow SMC? Replace SMC. Alright, now what I would be curious is what are those pins that are corroded for? Is it just 5 volts next to ground, which means Paul is lucky? Or is that 5 volts next to CPU, Wi-Fi, or USB data line? Unlucky.
So let's open up a board view and see where this went.
You'll notice that Flex board view is open. That should be a 3787. And you just have to do the splitting thing so that the viewers can see it, like half on one side, half on the other. Oh, actually, wait. Okay, you have to drag the board view onto the left side of the screen. And then, yeah, there you go. Now we can see. If we can't fix this, we can always send him back that original I/O board connector and bill him for it.
Okay, so this is the area that's burnt right here. So we have a ground, 5 volt, 5 volt, 5 volt, 5 volt, ground.
Wow. Wait, so Apple put a ground between the data line and the power line.
This is the guy that got fired when the new one was designed.
Yeah, this guy clearly left to go work for Tesla or something when they started designing the touch bar image circuit. Where the 50 volt backlight line is directly next to the CPU data line.
So this can might have survived.
No. You have to make this. I just usually switch back real fast. I should make a scene for that. Did they make a bigger stream deck than this one?
No, they don't.
You can add 2 stream decks at once.
Is there any company that makes like a really big sort of?
The Microsoft Surface Pro something or other. The one that, yeah, that giant thing.
Oh, the big Surface?
Yeah.
No, I know there was a keyboard that has OLED screen, like every single key is an OLED screen. I forgot what the name is. But every single key was an OLED screen. Super expensive.
Veneera, would you consider coming back to be the stream announcer? You wouldn't have to fix anything.
Someone donated 5 payments.
I'll pay for Paul to stream, said Cat Tech. Wow. We have people that prefer Paul already. I'm on it.
Why don't we have Kevin do board repair?
How much would people want to see Kevin do live board repair?
Say I in chat.
No.
Everybody say I in chat if they want to see us kidnap Kevin and put him in the chair.
So, for your device, that's it. That replaces the storage, right? And has all the information on it. If you want to change the operational setting, just need to put it in the contract. But the other one that was a similar size, or the same size.
Live board repair?
Yeah.
Finally a professional. Ouch.
If I put the F on stream, will Lewis kill me? $2. Is there anywhere where I can send pictures of my cat?
Send pictures of your cat to Vika. What's your email address to send?
I put it in the Discord today.
Okay, now since we ran out of plugs to plug things in, and I also don't have batteries for my wireless mic, 2 rechargeable batteries, 11 outlet surge protector with 4 USB ports for only $75. Ding, deal. He's in Pauling mode. Watch Paul use tweezers instead of an X-Acto knife to scrape away at this board. Wait, that's an X-Acto knife? Okay, so he started using the X-Acto knife. And here's where it gets sad. Kevin. Jason's gone. Jason has his own company now. They're in the slot. Hey, what can we do for you?
Oh, hi there. Just pick up some drives and
Okay, now that it's clean, we can see if this is booting okay. Still a little bit of cleaning up here too.
Hey, or another monitor. All this has to get emptied. This is all junk down here.
Well, that's not junk. Priority mail boxes? Also, you're stepping on priority mail boxes.
So we have some MacBook blood.
You don't need to send that to stay there anyway, so...
Especially this. What is this doing here? 20 euros says for support. Thank you.
I'll take you there.
yeah, it's just
We highly appreciate that. Is it showing up? Aha. Someone says, can those pads be relayed? There may be a way to do it, but what we would rather do is just run jumper wires. That's the practical thing to do. Cover batteries for a wireless microphone.
He may or may not have been working on them, so you have to do it.
First long says, Lewis, give me money, rich Apple show. Yeah.
Apple shill?
Should I?
Yeah, absolutely. How can we help you?
Can you put the camera on?
Oh. We're refurbishing DCN boards at the moment.
You don't want to go through with it?
DCN boards have gone up in price by about 500%. So we are refurbishing them at the moment.
Oh,
You need a DCN board refurbished.
I was literally like opening them up pretty much. Well, right now. Yeah.
Are you sure you need a new DCN board? Would you like me to refurbish one for you? It's what?
He's missing.
What's missing?
I didn't get to put it inside yet. So I don't know. Okay. But like if I bring it back.
Are you sure I can't refurbish the old one?
Yeah, I'll resume, yeah. I'll resume. Okay. I don't need to write anything down? Or no. Everything's in the tickets. Okay. Everything's in the notes. It's all. Okay. Okay, I'll be right back.
Lewis doesn't fix MacBooks. He just replaces parts and they start working. Indeed. Kind of curious if we have a short to ground on PP5 ES4. I bet it's gone.
Of course there's not a short to ground on PP5 ES4.
Of course there's not. Paul dug it all out. Now let's see if we get a fan spin.
Oh my god.
The DCN boards have gone up in price since they're no longer available because this machine is no longer produced.
That's the recovery. Yeah.
So now I can't get them anymore.
No.
My fan spins.
And the few people who are able to get them for me are bending me over anytime I need to buy them.
In terms of the, yeah, exactly, this and the PCB stuff, that's like the information that's on there. Gotcha. So no clue yet if there's like internal. No, yeah. You're, like I said, in the queue literally when it opened up, so.
There's a cover on it, so I can't really tell if there's backlight.
Too many people in front of me. If I, would it be better in 2 months?
Looks like there's backlight.
Right now it's quiet. Yeah. So like if somebody comes right now, let's say a new job, it's gonna take about a week and a half. Yeah. So it's been slowing
Show
down.
me a question mark.
Usually earlier in the year it's been busy. Yes, I do.
I wonder how many amps it's taking. Let's see. Wow, 1.4 amps.
Want to see that question mark?
We're just waiting for
I
a
don't see a
question
question
mark
mark.
folder. Let's see if we get one.
Why don't I see a question mark?
So when you're ready, just come in. I'll put you in front of the queue, because I don't want you waiting. ticket number, everything is in the notes already. I put it. And when you're ready, you just come in.
This one's junk, totally not useful.
I wouldn't say not useful.
Why is there no question mark?
You always have it.
Oh, so next time when I come back, you want to bring this one back?
No, yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Chris Lowe says, have you tried turning it on and off again?
Splatter damage, you want to sacrifice that, so to speak, to know if there's splatter damage or not. Normally you get an idea by the shavings on the heads. So sometimes it's not as obvious.
Okay, and then one more. I give you this.
Apple logo.
Wow.
No
we
question
have an
mark,
Apple
but
logo.
Apple logo.
This machine refuses to be confused. Paul has fixed this machine by scraping away at the traces. Now for the fun part of replacing the connector. Wow, even without the microscope, you can clearly see that the it looks like it has a bullet hole in it.
If you showed me like the Is it a blue, a Western Digital blue?
This one, yes.
Yeah? Yes.
There is no donor board up here. I need donor board.
I'm going to get you a donor board.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yes, I mean, they would be selling them refurbished, so used, but yeah, they're still good. Apple Super
I wish I could grab you to the store.
So how's everyone doing?
So do you want us to attempt to recover the information? Yes. You're fine with paying anywhere between $450 and $900, maybe 2 to 4 weeks? Okay, you have an iPhone or an Android? Okay, so if you go to that box over there on the left, you can create a ticket with us, and that will give us, to your left, it's on the wall.
Oh, yes.
Right there you go.
So high tech.
And then you just hit the link right there.
Oh,
And you fill out your information there.
I see.
Watch from.
I have been seeing your numbers. I can plug in your laptop if I have your charger. Batería, batería. Batería, batería. Batería, batería.
Paul is back.
It was not an easy feat finding a board that had that connector on it. These things out here on the outside of the board, all the way out here, when these boards get shoved in and out of the slots, they get ripped up bad. So let's take a better look at this one.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Notice how much cleaner the desk is now than it was before.
You should do.
Have you looked at renting a billboard by the main Apple store? Do they have billboards put out in this stuff?
So let's pull this one off of here.
So it should be in your email that you got it's not your main folder. You should focus on
Hi, be careful.
Yeah.
Someone says, let us see. We can't see.
Appreciate it. As you can see, we are pretty busy right now. Oh, it's a lot smaller in person. Yeah.
So here we're going to be removing the I/O board connector from a donor board. As you'll notice, the GPU has already been removed off of this board and harvested for when we start offering GPU repair services on the 820-3787. Don't delay. Go to rossmangroup.com/Paul replaces your GPU today.
Stop that.
Rossman Group. Listen to that. Kevin, let that phone ring. It's really cool being able to see the orange of the inside of the Quick. It's pretty on camera. So pretty. Focus, you bastard. Focus. Paul, what do you tell the camera to make it focus?
Focus, you fuck.
Hi, good job. You protected me. I was using Hi as my human shield, and it worked. Paul is dangerously close to being on crotch cam.
Too late.
Look at that Seeky monitor flicker in the background. Seeky.
Okay, now there's a lot of rebuild work to do here.
I want a wireless Stream Deck.
That would be something.
Is there a Stream Deck app for the phone? That would be...
Well, it's not Stream Deck, but there is a way to do it.
If I could change open broadcaster scenes from my cell phone over... Oh my god. Yes, I used Hi as a human shield and it worked. Someone in chat says, Lewis, I like your new haircut. OBS remote. No way.
That's a thing. I used it for like 2 seconds, but it's a thing.
Does it work?
I need to download it.
That board looks like it has a cavern in it. Luckily, this is in the power section, because if that was in the data section, you'd most likely be looking at running jumper wires under the CPU. Which we do.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Which we do. Go to sendyourmacbook.com.
Stop that.
That's it. 186 First Avenue. Attention Paul S. New York, New York.
Stop that.
Any machine require... I can't do it with a
Have
straight
some paper
face.
towels over here?
I can't do it with a straight face. I'm trying, and I'm failing. Do you need wires run underneath your CPU? Is your 820-3115 not have a working DDC circuit? Don't delay. Send your 820-3115 with broken traces between the LCD connector and the PCH to over the... I can't do it without laughing. Oh, it's too much. Well, apparently there's an application that lets you change the open broadcaster scene from your phone.
Oh, really?
This is crazy.
Oh, okay.
It has 3.1 stars, so it must be good. What is that? Is that 3.1 out of 3 stars?
Only the best. I mean, we can switch to Streamlabs OBS, and that lets you...
Oh, OBS host. Okay, I need to know the IP of that computer. Oh, okay. You didn't download the plugin before?
Why would I need to download the plugin before?
So it would work before we started streaming, Stream Assistant.
I'm putting my 2 weeks here at Ross Repair Group.
Jessa, are you still here? Do you need somebody to replace Gene? Because if you need somebody to touch an audio IC live on camera, HiHi's your man. That application apparently was updated January 2014. They didn't even have OBS Studio yet. I approve of that chill.
Remember, if you have any non-Apple random device, send it to us. Attention Paul S., Rossman Repair Group, 186 First Avenue, Front 1.
I'm going to point this laser in your eye if you don't cut it out.
Find the laser that we are going to point in HiHi's eye at store.rossmangroup.com. It shoots a near UV, but of course not technically UV, but a near UV wavelength beam that allows you to cure the conformal coating that you see on the screen. Also, if you want conformal coating like the conformal coating you see on screen, head no further than store.rossmangroup.com, where you can buy conformal coating, UV curing pens, and we'll even have a special autograph for the pen that Paul S. used to blind HiHi after getting him sent machines that required wires run under the CPU. Paul, will you autograph the pen that you blind HiHi with?
Sure. No.
Does Paul rebuild power supplies for Commodore pets? What's a Commodore pet?
I could. I don't. But I could.
For $425 plus tax?
Sounds about right. Everything here is covered in flux.
What?
Everything.
There was so much cleaning. Like, the only thing that I left for HiHi to clean were the syringes.
They are the worst.
Sahi, you had one thing to clean. I cleaned everything.
And the rubbers aren't cut, so they're sitting here just spewing stuff everywhere.
HiHi, did you cut his rubber?
Will you cut the rubber so it stops spewing?
Oh my god. Never trust a HiHi.
You can have a public service announcement about this. So, syringe. It's when you let it go, you put it down, and it just starts squirting out all over the place. You gotta get it out.
You don't want your syringe to squirt out all over the place.
What's there? Get the rubber out of here. Take your rubber here. Where's the cutters? Cutters? And you cut a couple of these pieces off here. So then no air can build up. And it doesn't have as much pressure on the back as it does. It'll be easier for you to push it in. And it'll stop sitting there just oozing all over your desk.
And it won't just ooze prematurely.
Now,
people want to know if the rubbers
at
at store.rossmangroup.com come pre-cut.
No, they don't.
No, you have to circumcise your own rubber. There are police outside? It's New York.
Okay. See if we can rebuild something here.
Is it the ground trace or is that the PP5ES4 trace?
This is PP5ES4.
So here we're going to scrape away at the coating on the board until we get to some nice copper, nice conductive copper. And then we'll be able to solder a jumper wire onto that we then solder onto the connector. Once soldered, not only will the machine turn on, but we'll have full returned write I/O board functionality on this MacBook. If this was Lenovo and water got over there, it would simply flow to the ends of the machine via this coating, this nice, beautiful tape that's around the board, where channels would take the water away and have it leave out the drainage hole in the bottom. Unfortunately, this is a MacBook. Fortunately for our wallet, this is a MacBook. What do you need? Oh, we have a stream assistant. Stream assistant.
Don't delay. Buy today. My laptop just fell.
You're getting a new one anyway.
Yeah.
Would you like anything?
Mexican? Coke?
What?
Coke?
Mexican Coke?
Yeah.
iPhones have this like balloon on them.
I dropped my laptop.
Does it still work?
Somehow.
Ginger ale, please. Canada Dry? Seagram's, but I don't think they have it anymore.
Yeah, me too. I don't know, whatever. Actually, you should be able to transfer information then for like a 2013 or 2014 or 2015 MacBook, yeah. MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. You should be able to run information. If you're running LCAP 10, usually running Sierra. I think you should be able to. But I could be wrong, so double check that line. Oh, if you don't need a MacBook, yeah, I recommend a desktop or a laptop or a PC. Well, it's 2.5, so yeah, it should be. Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, versus. Just switch them. So we don't know. Well, yeah, it should be able to. They're not no, but the device is still connected. They are connected to the machine itself. Not to it. No, it's all on the hard drive. It's not the machine. There is some that are by default always will be on there, but I would double check by researching it.
Here we work on our copper shim.
Anel, do you want to be on a stream?
No,
Why not?
because Paul's doing a really awesome job.
Someone donated 2 Canadians. Thank you.
Which Canadian? Here, Kevin, put somebody on hold. What does that word mean?
Leave me alone.
Castagna. Castagna. Hastanya?
No, but I don't want to. No, just press the label button.
Castagna, says somebody in chat.
Hey, look, it's Mr. Bean. It's Kevin.
Somebody brought a MacBook with Mr. Bean.
Yeah, it's Kevin.
That has to be a troll. Do you remember it being this busy when you used to work here?
Yeah.
Now, rather than running wires, we're just going to be able to use this nice, happy little rectangle of copper. Unfortunately, the little rectangle of copper decided to do what an employee does at Foxconn and jump off the side of the table. But just like an Apple employee at Foxconn, it's going to get bounced off of a net and tossed right back onto the Apple motherboard.
Do you want me to? I mean, I could. Do you want me to? No, I'm saying, do you want me to? No, that's thank God. So we waste the label for nothing.
Hi, what are you drinking Coca-Cola for?
I don't know.
Give me this shit. No Coca-Cola. Veneer, would you like a Coca-Cola? I know you like junk. He's too young to be eating junk food. You want me to remove the bezel? How much do we have to outbid your current job for to get you back? What is your price?
I'll talk to you later about it. I'll talk to you later about it.
That means no. You ever ask your mom for like a video game or a doll or something, and then they say, I'll talk to you later, and later means no? That means no. As you can see here, we're going to have a small amount of flux here, and we're going to put this nice copper plate on top. So it's going to be exactly as it would have been had we had pins there. As you can see, the solder is not really spreading very evenly because I, Paul, have not used enough flux.
That's not the right amount.
That is not the right amount of flux. Paul, there are 600 people watching that are going to be using the wrong amount of flux now, thanks to you.
And they won't be buying more flux from store.rossmangroup.com.
How are we going to feed Hi and Kevin if we don't have flux revenues?
I think Paul wants me to die.
Chris Long said Apple releases a statement on Foxconn suicides. This is a joke. Only a small number of employees are affected by the mental anguish we put them through to make our shit products. The customer is responsible.
But remember, it's only a small number.
A small number. A small number. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty sweet connector.
Kevin, stop putting people on hold.
I love the extensions on this phone system. Did I ever play these for you, Veneer?
To infuriate our tech staff with your obvious questions, press 7. Yes, dear. That's great. Now get the fuck out of here, moron.
No, we should do that for I should have done that for the PR guy.
You should have done every time a PR person calls here, like offering some stupid free shit if we sponsor them. Just send them to that extension 701.
Okay.
Or Lenny. Which one's Lenny? Is Lenny?
Hello, this is Lenny.
Hi, Lenny. How's it going today?
Sorry, I can barely hear you there.
Lenny, I would like to have you sponsor a product for us. I saw you on YouTube.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so would you be interested in sponsoring Wondershare Data Recovery?
Sure.
Yes.
Wondershare?
Oh, good. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, would you be... So we would like to pay you $10 to ruin your reputation by promoting this shit software on stream. What do you say, Lenny?
Oh, yes, yes. Someone did say last week, someone did call last week about the same thing. Was that you?
God bless Lenny. One of the best parts of free PBX.
Have you seen all the calls that someone has recorded all the calls that Lenny versus telemarketers? Have you seen them?
Lenny versus telemarketer is great. But again, my personal favorite recording is this one from Free PBX.
Yes, dear. That's great. Now get the fuck out of here, moron.
I love this. This is exactly what Venera sounds like, except without the X.
Get the fuck out of here, moron.
That's what she's saying in Russian all day. All right.
Can we have Free PBX sponsored? They won't.
If Free PBX wanted to sponsor the stream, definitely. If the woman who did that voice recording wanted to sponsor the stream, I'd do that for free.
Look, if Amtech wanted to sponsor it, we would do it. If HAKKO wanted HAKKO sponsor
Ixnay on that HAKKO shit.
I'm sorry, quick. And they're 861DW, available at store.rossmangroup.com.
Don't delay. Avoid buying an HAKKO FR810. Overpriced. Underheated with a shit interface today. Get a quick 861DW, 220 volts available only at the moment, from store.rossmangroup.com, where we have all different types of soldering tools, such as wick, conformal coating, affiliate links to other stuff that we don't actually sell, and more.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. Can you say what she says except in Russian? I'll buy you dinner if you say what she said in Russian. Sure.
I'm a nice person.
You're a nice person. You could never say these things. What do you need next?
I'm sorry, I'll see the camera.
I feel like we should have porno.
She even knows the difference between an EDP cable and an LVDS cable. Come back, Veneer, please. Please come back. We miss you.
Are you gonna choke me?
Come back. At least I know I can send my stupid iPhone to you or Jessa in my life-proof case leaks when I drop it in the toilet again. If you have a phone that you've dropped in a toilet while it is full of shit, don't delay and send that phone to iPadRehab.com today, because I don't want to touch your feces. Some things just ain't worth the money. So here we're going to be touching up every single one of those pins. Now, a lot of these pins that you see over here, they're for a power rail on the, not just the data line. So that, especially the power rails that are going to be delivering a lot of current. So you may wonder, why is there not a micro pencil being used? It's because it's not going to be able to heat them up. So you kind of have to try to fit the standard HAKKO 2027 iron tip under those pins.
Oh, you want to put it back?
Oh yeah, this one back and give me another.
Yeah, I'll take it. It's wheels and stuff.
My first free PBX server was running on a 13-year-old Lenovo desktop that cost $69.
Hi-Hi must go bye-bye because Hi-Hi is a traitor.
Was this on the phone?
No, email.
Email? Oh, yeah. Tell him, you know what,
No, I'm gonna respond to that. Hey, I related message, have a nice day.
No.
Well, someone asks, how does each pin signal go where it's supposed to go if they're all connected to the same pad? Great question. So there are certain signals over here where you have, where it's, all it is a basic little signal line. It only needs one pin. But those pins don't carry a lot of current. So if you have a power line, typically what they do, since each of those pins doesn't carry a lot of current, is they'll use multiple pins in parallel so that one of the pins doesn't blow up or start resisting. Because once the pin starts resisting, it's inefficient. You start losing power. It's going to start creating heat, which I'm surprised they care about because it's a MacBook and God knows they love creating heat. As much as Kilted Tim enjoys creating hot air on the Apple Community Support Forums. Kilted Tim Cook. Kilted Tim Cook. Zero Effects says, what part of Russia is Venera from?
I'm not from Russia, I'm from Kazakhstan.
She said she's not from Russia, she's from Brooklyn.
I didn't say that.
Where were you from?
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, sorry. For a second there, I must have had her Amazon business on my mind. Are you still selling those don't go... Can I say it?
So what?
So are you still selling those like don't go bald kits? That's such a scam. That shit doesn't work.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, we have refurbished the capacitor here. That capacitor has been certified refurbished. Burke says, I do not believe her. What is the capital of Kazakhstan now?
Astana.
Astronaut. Alright. Oh, Astana.
How can I help you, Kevin?
I'm just glad I got that close to you.
How can I help you, Kevin?
They okay earlier.
She was about to cry, Kevin. What?
She was about to cry.
What?
Do you remember when I asked her if I could wipe the drive and
Yeah.
it's fine?
And then she changed her
The
mind.
information was very important, but we didn't wipe it.
When you said wipe, did she think... Was this like one of those Hillary Clinton moments where it was, did you wipe your server? Like with a cloth or something?
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
No, it
That's
wasn't.
exactly what she thought. She thought you were going to wipe it down and clean it up.
She thought you were going to wipe it with a cloth or something. When she comes to pick up her machine, we got to buy it because the guy that made BleachBit actually sells a cloth or something on his website.
I said, do you have any important information on this? She said, no. No.
And then she's like, where's my information?
Where's my information?
She was actually about to cry when she thought that you erased it.
I was like, wait, what the hell just happened? There's no way she's saying the information is important now.
Also, who's guarding the tip jar right now?
I need to use the bathroom. You are. You're guarding.
I'm not guarding anything.
Why don't you take it to the bathroom with you? And wash your hands, obviously, before. Menstruation Pro donated 99 cents. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Why does it need data lines from battery pack to go directly to CPU? What? This is not a battery pack. Paul, are you wiring this to a battery pack?
Wasn't planning on it.
Can you recover my data off of a battery pack and put it onto my super drive?
Oh, that's something that Kevin taking. But yeah, well, you hear the day that somebody left a battery pack with Kevin and asked if we could do data recovery, and Kevin said yes and took it in.
No.
And then somebody else, we recovered a hard drive, so he calls them and says, bring something for us to put your data on, and this person brings us a CD drive that's empty. It says...
Oh my god.
Do you see why I'm asking if you'll come back? For twice your original salary?
Oh, that's tempting.
3 times?
That's very tempting.
You consider? There is hope after all. I'm making progress. Administration Pro gave another 99 cents. Thank you. Nash Funk said, the air compressor maintenance guy says, has the air compressor had any love today?
It hasn't even been turned on today.
He's very concerned about whether we are properly maintaining our air compressor.
I have not changed the oil yet. It needs some new 30-weight oil. I have a brand new filter regulator on it because the other one cracked.
What's the closest thing to new oil we can put in there? We have flux, We have we have conformal coating.
No.
We have screen cleaner.
No. 30 weight oil.
Brake fluid.
No.
Brake fluid?
You bought brake fluid?
No.
I changed my laptop screen 6 months ago. I did on my Macbook. And it stopped working 2 days ago. Just like became black right away.
How can I help?
I always stopped from the beginning, I guess.
Yes.
So I changed my the screen of my Mac 6 months ago. So it's not from Apple.
Okay.
And it's no longer on the warranty because it's only 3 months. And I use my Mac like as normal as usual. And like 2 days ago, like turned black right away. So when you turn it on, when you turn it on, you hear the noise.
You have your phone on you? Mine's at my desk. I need my flash back. There you go.
I tried this.
The laptop you're fixing didn't work before I roasted the connector. So it might be a bad power button or other water-related damage.
The laptop you're fixing didn't have work before I roasted the connector, so it might be a bad power button or other water-related damage. Should we tell Paul? I don't think so.
Maybe. I think we should probably tell him. Hi, be a Kev. Did Paul get his own ghetto headset or is he borrowing Lewis's? Paul has his own.
Wow, somehow
he's using
the
my
front of the
DPA
store just
4066, which is not a ghetto headset. The DPA 4066. Also, someone said that you missed a pin for some VIA. I think they're trolling you, though.
Well, a couple of the ground pins are kind of bouncy, but that's just the exterior ones.
And somebody else said that even before he destroyed the connector, it still wasn't turning on. That's probably a bad keyboard or something. But that's something that Viniera can replace once she quits her other job and comes back.
Leave me alone.
All the headphone users are crying, Paul. Is there something you did?
Blew air into this machine.
Oh, yeah. Burke404 says, please tell Viniera that Kazakhstan's capital city was renamed to Nur Sultan, so she will be really pretending she is from there. Is this true? Kazakhstan's going places. ZeroFX says the fourth pin needs to be connected to a via under it. What? Fourth pin from which side? Oh, fifth pin, they say. Now he changes. He's changing the story to the fifth pin.
Where, on the giant jumper side?
On the jumper side, zero effect?
The 2 pins on either side of that giant jumper are just ground, just shielding
those are
ground.
Just ground, so no. Go, 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 hi, hi.
Everybody leave home? Yeah, I think so.
Kevin's not leaving anybody on.
Are you with him? Okay. Yeah. Everyone
How the 4662 records without the graphics card is that how it comes to the graphics card?
Yeah, just
That's one replace connector.
Okay. There's another one with zero.
Rip. Chris Long would say to waste 2 hours fixing it, but that's just because he enjoys watching me waste my life on
What,
stream.
the ground?
Okay.
Rip.
Rip. Okay.
Send to Chris Long. Serial says Viniera means Venus in Russian, for your information. Venus? You're a planet?
And this is a good way we don't see it again. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Let's stick it. Resolve it.
You're named after a planet. No wonder you have so many large, expensive rocks orbiting you.
Who said hi?
No comment. No comment.
No wonder there are so many heavy rocks in your orbit. Diamonds, rubies.
You think so?
Oh, are they together?
Hi, you think so?
Yes, they are.
Seriously?
I played Kevin.
Moron has it.
Gonna get fired.
It's tempting.
Wait, what? Hi, what did you just say?
Gonna get fired. No, can Kevin get a big promotion and then I get
Serial
fired?
Thrella says, say privet from me to Venera, please. Heh. Is that a curse word? Am I gonna get smacked? It's probably a curse word.
Well,
Kevin, are you protecting the tip jar?
I am. That's why I came back.
From future.
Alright, we're good.
What, you need to protect the tip jar?
Yeah.
That's too loud though.
Maybe go over what? Are these the stickers?
Yeah.
One now.
Did you take one?
I mean, only 100 is one of my sales now.
Oh, okay.
I need an I/O board cable. $13.98 I/O board cable. Damn it! I hate when I do that. Forgot to plug this one in. I'm never gonna know if this works if that one's not plugged in. That's not it, I don't think.
That's dirty.
What?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That was cool. Daniel Degg says we want to see the Russian bot. She's not a robot.
No, that's the wrong cable. There's like 3 this machine takes. No. Neither one of them.
You have to leave it and be ready to ground by Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, latest, I would say. And it's going to be around $100.
You are going to turn it on?
Yeah, we did that, which it's just at a
Rockhat Power Grid for OBS shortcuts for your phone.
Take a board out.
What does Rockhat Power Grid have to do with a power? It sounds like a power grid.
Do you have an iPhone or an Android? It's your first time here? Yeah. iPhone or Android? Right behind you is some instructions to make a ticket with us, so we can take it in our system.
Did you find me an IO cable?
This should be it.
No. That's the one you handed me last. It's got the same connector on both sides. I don't know what I did with the old one. I think I threw it away.
Did you need a trackpad cable for 1466?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You need an IO board cable for $13.98.
This one's broken and oh shit, I dropped it.
We didn't have this, do we? Hi.
Do we not have an IO board cable?
We have an IO board cable if it's an A1502. We have an IO board cable if it's a 2015 and up. We have an IO... Oh, BF24? Did you already give him one of these?
Yeah.
So that means that there's the wrong cable in here, or there was the wrong cable in there. Wait, so this is the wrong shit in the wrong slot.
What the?
Hi. God damn it.
Let me find the old cable.
This is 2012, and it's in the 2013-14 slot. Hi.
Here's the burnt cable. That's the cable I need.
Really? Hi. Can't have the wire under the chair.
Okay, so the $3,000 camera and the $50 monitor just went smashing down to the floor.
It's a good thing we're a repair group, right guys?
Yeah, you're funny. Funny.
Hilarious, that's what
So funny.
Is my microphone still? My microphone's still working, so that camera must still be working.
Yeah, we're still.
Oh, we're still live?
Yeah, we're still.
It's a good number?
Yeah.
Veneer, please come back. Please come back so I can terminate them all.
Yeah, so
Please.
I say don't leave this not.
Veneer, we
You also
miss
have
so much.
$3,000 camera on $10 tripod.
$30, $5 tripod to you.
Oh.
That's all that fits over there.
Julian? Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, so this I/O board
Oh no,
cable
what,
does
you
not
broke the
appear
hot
to
shoe off?
exist. Wait a second, maybe it does.
It's not there anymore.
No, right here.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So why you tightened it? Alright. It's back on.
Paul, check it. Is this it? There's the wrong...
Can't reach. Right there.
Not like this.
Not this.
That is not it. Where's the burnt one? I just handed Hi the burnt one.
I gave it to Luke. Where's the mouth?
Yeah, you're right. Damn.
Yeah, this isn't.
Well, I'll be. It doesn't appear to exist.
That's why I also said don't leave this cable here. That's why I was just suggesting to put it over there.
No, but this is the HDMI cable.
Oh, even worse. Where's the regular cable?
I don't know. Oh,
Oh, it's right there.
no, that's not plugged in.
Don't leave this on the deck, man.
No harm.
I have chime.
No harm was done.
No harm.
I have
Is that
backlight.
League of Legends? Lewis is looking at League of Legends?
I am not looking at this
What
trash
is
game.
this?
This is an
I need my
OBS remote
toaster less.
software.
What world am I in?
One of us.
I don't know. Not like this. By the way, I found out what's the issue. Issue with what? Thank you so much. Keeping the white stuff.
this didn't break.
What?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Nothing broke.
It was funny. It was funny though.
Except my soul. That
Yes?
obviously broke.
How can I help you?
How much money do you have, Nicky Arch? 3K is not expensive for a camera. Rest in peace, camera. Okay, so we do have a question mark folder. Now we just got to see if it works with the cable, the I/O board cable.
It has image.
What matters most is HAKKO didn't hurt himself. Everything else is what? You fucking kidding me? What kind of business values do you think we have? HAKKO is the most replaceable.
But I don't care for
That camera costs money. HAKKO is free. Okay, well, I mean, not free, but did we add him to payroll yet? Actually, HAKKO, did you ever bring your W-2 form? Okay, so HAKKO is actually free.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
lit. He is the definition of replaceable. If I put here's how I define replaceable. If I put a help wanted sign on the door, another HAKKO will walk in. However, if I put $3,300 camo wanted for nothing on the door, another camera will not walk in.
Another camera would probably walk in too.
Shit, another Kevin would probably walk in immediately.
Yeah.
Another Veneer, on the other hand, that you're just not going to find with a help wanted sign. You're not going to find a Veneer on Indeed.com or ZipRecruiter. You're not going to find someone like Veneer by just putting up a help wanted sign. Veneers are once in a lifetime. And when you lose them to an employer that offers health insurance, benefits, and a higher salary, and a name tag, and a career path, and upwards mobility, they're gone for good.
So now I need to see if it boots from the I/O board. If we ever come up with an I/O board cable. So as of now, at least...
HAKKO must be the Kenny of Rossman Group.
This machine will work.
Can we make HAKKO die in every episode?
Yes. Let me just write up a thing.
That means I'm not the Kenny. That was good, man.
Alright, so it does boot into an operating system, and it does turn on. Does it see a battery, or is that a charging symbol or an X?
I have the battery disconnected. I could try.
But my soul.
Perhaps it is time to get a tripod that's not $35 for the $3,300 camcorder.
Battery says it's 62%. If I
battery is
disconnect
62%,
the charger,
so
it stays running.
It is able to run off of the battery. Oh, that is
charger
beautiful.
reconnected. Does charge battery?
What I'd be really impressed is if it recognizes the right USB.
That's what I need, an I/O cable, and I could try.
All right, let's see if we can find an I/O cable.
So as it is right now, at least this machine runs. If this is the way it stays, you're just missing the SD card slot, the external HDMI, and one USB port. But if we can find this cable, I think it'll be fine. I have much more than enough flux.
Flux at store.rossmangroup.com.
So, shut this down. And go on the hunt. We celebrate with a hunt. For tomorrow, we hunt.
Hi, are you gonna finish any of this food, dude?
Do you want... How many...
Two more.
Just be lucky it wasn't my Nikon up there, because I would have taken my 6,000 out of your ass.
I think you pressed the high, you pressed the money. I'm just scared. You stolen from him.
Yay!
We have I/O board.
Yeah, we can replace it for $200. Or $250 plus tax, I should say. No tax if you're not in the state of New York. $250 plus tax.
Huh?
What do you have?
Would I have what?
No
You
problem.
have a DCM board cable, right? I mean, an I/O cable.
This camera looks slightly crooked.
It is not crooked at all. Why would it be crooked? Nothing happened.
Something's bent.
No, come on.
Something is bent.
This is bent.
No,
There's an adjustment for twisting.
you have to click it in place.
Maybe this, yeah.
No.
That's it.
You have to click it.
Now we just have to make it straight.
Well, good thing we're all straight here, so we know what straight is. Alright, guys?
Okay. Hi, make this straight.
Whoa.
Yes.
Technically, I did. I went and got them one or two from the store. So,
How do you sell them on this side?
huh?
Why is everybody dead, Mike?
He spit on it,
Because
that's all I'm saying. Think
a
about it.
fat man
Think
just
about it,
jumped
guys.
on top of me. Look at that. I want to be fat and be able to jump like that.
Now we're going to see if this is able to boot into an operating system.
So this is my OS plugged into this side. We'll see them poof into non-existence there. Now plug them in here. And it has power. It has communication. Let's boot from it.
My man. The man. The Paul.
Look at that fast boot.
That is booting at USB 3 speeds. Bam.
That's a working I/O cable. It's working I/O board.
Not only have we gotten this thing to turn on again, we have restored USB 3 functionality and the HDMI on the right I/O board. And by we, I mean Paul and his crotch, which has been on camera for the past half hour. He's still getting the hang of live stream. Cropping. Paul, move back. Paul, move back. Paul, move back. Okay, fine. Paul, rest on the headrest for a little bit. Relax.
This is not comfortable.
I imagine that's very comfortable.
That
It needs to be.
hurts.
It needs to be thicker.
That hurts my feelings. You know how much effort went into this chair?
How much effort went into this? How much effort went into this chair?
Lots of abuse.
And soon on store.rossmangroup.com, you can get a signed chunk of chair.
I think I've broken just about every piece off of that while reading that Apple Insider article.
Oh, that's what it was? It was
Wait,
raging?
how did the first piece break off?
You were trying to lift the chair off of a cable that you were rolling on, and you lifted it by the arm, and the arm just came off.
How did the piece behind it break? Was that the tip jar?
You got no. That was way before.
Oh, I threw
it. That was the first thing.
Yeah, that was the first thing.
How's the headrest, Paul?
It needs to be thicker. You have
Yeah,
to
right?
you have to lean back too much. It is comfortable though. Kind of warm though.
Make another one. Put
Yeah, but tape another one onto it.
Yeah, exactly.
This poor chair.
I want a priority mailbox behind it first.
Next, okay. Do we have an easy board in the queue? Hi. Choose something at random.
1932. Get.
What?
Paul, you can
I'm
assault
leaving on
Kevin
time.
from
I
that
have a
chair.
half an hour.
You can assault Kevin from that seat.
Whoa. Never mind. I gotta go.
Here you go.
Says no power.
Okay,
Wait,
I was
okay,
joking.
hi.
I was joking.
Stop that.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I was joking.
No, give him the no power air.
Here.
That's,
No, but this is a no power air.
Well, you know what I mean.
that is an air. And it does have no power.
Jerks, all of you.
This is an air.
Okay.
This is an air. And this is another air.
Do we want to sell a burnt connector?
Here's the thing: if I sell that to somebody who buys a burned JTAG, am I going to get a PayPal
Put your
claim?
hand behind it. They can't see.
It
can't
is face
focus.
focus. It's looking for a face in
There
it.
you
If we sell that to somebody who buys a JTAG connector, do you think they'll notice and file a chargeback saying item not as described?
Probably.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, we can put in the SSD for you if you want.
Wait, so you gave him an air?
Yes.
An older air, but what does it say on the ticket for that older air?
No power kernel panics.
Okay,
How can
air
a
no
kernel
power.
panic with no air? No power.
I don't know.
Scusi.
Can I get it back?
What? Oh yeah, the cable works. I owe NL his cable back.
What? Okay, we need to order more cable.
Okay, whatever that number is has to be bought because the 2012 cable is in the 13-14 slot.
Let's go.
What number is this? Does it have a number visible on it, Haha? Does it have a number on it? A label on it?
A label?
This doesn't have a number on it. I think that's why I didn't buy this one. Yeah, look, do you see a number? Part number?
Somebody want to add notes to this?
Hi, you want to add notes to that?
Would you like a Macbook?
I'm back here on Sunday if you want to come back on Sunday. Yep, 12 to 4. 1 second, there's no call.
You want me to tell you the computer and model number?
I know the computer. I want to buy this cable, and usually they have a number written on the cable.
No number.
It must be missing. What is it hiding under there?
Paul, would we charge anything for installing an SSD for 1502?
No. Not unless he wants data copy.
No, there's no charge for it.
Just leave a tip and don't be a douche.
There's no charge for it, you can just leave a tip.
And don't be a douche.
Yeah, you can just leave a tip.
And don't be a douche.
It's okay to say that.
Yeah, it's okay to say that. We're offering you free service. Don't be a douche is don't be a douche is a condition.
It was the one who did not need her information but ended up needing the information.
Ah, okay.
That's a douche.
Oh, she's going to go get a new SSD. She's not going to have an OS on there. She's going to need us to put the OS on the SSD.
Dude, she's clueless. She's not gonna. If we put an SSD in, she's just gonna stare at it with a big question mark.
What's an SSD?
No, E19.
Yeah, I explained it. Kinda. A hard drive that stores all your
Thanks for fixing this while I was at work. I didn't work before I broke the cable and connector, so I guess the other issue resolved itself, or I missed whatever else was done. Thank you. Huh. He said it didn't work before he broke the cable and connector, so he's not sure if it's resolved.
How did he burn that cable and connector?
Victor, how did you burn that cable and connector?
Yeah,
and also, Victor,
you didn't fix that. You didn't break that. That was destroyed before you opened it.
I find it hard to believe that you broke that, and so does Paul. That looks like something that was burned for a different reason.
Yeah, there was liquid on that connector end.
Mike says that's not true. First there's kernel anxiety, then kernel panic.
No, first there's kernel insecurity, then kernel anxiety, then kernel panic.
Vanira, have you ever had kernel insecurity? Vivo Vico says he definitely destroyed it. Lord Dry Rot, it should be available to ship. I just cannot figure out why to certain addresses it's not working. And since the site is going to get updated to Magento 2 entirely, like a day or two, I just haven't put as much effort into redoing the shipping system.
Maybe you're shipping. Let's store at russiangroup.com.
Kernel depression. Kernel incontinence. T2 fixes kernel insecurity. Show us the T2 chip on this A1902 MacBook Air.
This is a 1466. Thank you very much.
I can't wait for the A1902s to start coming in.
You bite your tongue.
A1902 is a beautiful model. No. A1932, not A1902.
A1932 liquid jam. No power.
That is a sexy machine.
Touch ID.
Touch ID?
Yeah. Touch ID on a MacBook Air.
Touch ID that is fixable at component level?
Secure Enclave. Secure Enclave.
This guy on YouTube says, named Vlado says, what's that gobby gluey place you keep putting on the boards? And someone answers saying Vlado Flux.
So this is still soaking wet with something.
Paul, smell that something.
Paper towels. If you hand me one, I'm going to come over there and choke you.
The ticket on this MacBook says that it's having kernel panics.
I'm not exactly sure what liquid this is that's in here, because it's not...
What does it smell like?
Nothing. It's not evaporating. Might be baby oil or something like that. It's just... Thank you. You see here, this when did this come in? What's the date on this?
What's up?
Let's see.
Name? I might know.
I don't know. What's the ticket number?
Wait, was there no logic board?
626.
Was there no board? Oh no,
It's still wet. So, is this some kind of weird liquid, or is this so fresh that it's wet?
This arrived yesterday at 1 o'clock.
Yesterday, and it's still not dry off of the top of the fan. This is some kind of oil.
MacBook Air will not turn on. Previously, to be able to run for a few hours and then crash repeatedly with kernel panics. Apple said there was liquid damage indicated by the red dots inside.
Indicated by that and that alone?
How about indicated by the liquid inside?
That is some creepy looking liquid. The scatter pattern of it is sticky.
And it doesn't dry.
Are you heating right above the battery?
No, he's...
Yes, I am.
Yes.
But I'm not soldering, I'm just trying to dry off
I'm just
this
going to
stuff.
walk to the back right now.
Oh, what does that smell?
That's a battery going.
Is this e-liquid? It smells like e-liquid. It's vape. It's vape liquid.
It's vape.
They vaped in the Mac.
They vaped the MacBook. Vape Nation.
It's not an iPhone.
Oh. Verge will have any parts of this.
I have a question. What about the Mac 2090, the 16, the new one, the Pro, the screen?
You broke the screen?
Yeah.
How to break it? Is it
No,
just
basically,
like the glass
if you
itself,
open
or?
it a little, you can see the screen. If you
Oh, that's actually a pretty common issue on those models.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the FlexGate.
Yeah. How much it cost?
We have to replace the entire screen, so it's usually around
Someone put vape juice in a MacBook.
Yeah, Apple.
Someone put what?
Vape juice.
Vape juice?
Yes.
Does the MacBook know how to blow O's?
I don't know. Well, Paul's doing a diagnostic work.
How dank is this board?
Very. Oh, look at that. You got RGB. Did you just say RGB?
Yeah.
Yo, you kept it real, bro.
RGB.
You're like, what's the Apple Store? What the hell? Oh, look, my man's on YouTube too, bro. Oh, I think I seen you some of your videos. I don't know. That's how many subscribers flag?
Yeah, I mean, we're like 800 now, so.
Oh, yeah, they're making them money. Look, my man got the mic on too. Are you guys recording videos?
We're streaming.
No, we're live.
Oh, on what? Twitch, Snapchat, what?
YouTube, Twitch, yeah.
Hi! Wait, what do you guys
It's recording the component, not over
Oh,
here,
what is he doing?
Repairing what we always do, repair boards. Yeah.
You guys are teaching people how to do it?
Yeah, I mean, we don't offer classes, but we.
Oh, Paul, did you take out the JTAG?
So you can learn yourself.
You guys probably making more money off YouTube than. YouTube pays good.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your channel? What's the name of the channel? Yeah, I'll subscribe. We're about to subscribe right now. Rossman Group?
Yeah, Lewis Rossman.
Rossman Repair Group.
Yeah.
What the live there's two channels. There's the regular channel and the live channel that we're live right now.
Oh wow. I have a question. I dropped a little crazy glue on the side of my thing. How can I remove that? Alcohol.
Not alcohol. No, that won't take off at crazy glue.
What would get it off?
Nail polish remover. Yeah.
So how do I put like on what kind of tissue?
Q-tip mostly.
Q-tip?
Yeah.
But I have Apple Care on. You think Apple would do it or not? Apple Care Plus.
Yeah, Apple Plus, yeah.
But I would have
That's
to
a
pay
lot of pubes.
the bullshit, right?
I have no clue. Apple Care Plus like covers like,
Like,
even if you spill liquids on
Any
it.
99-cent store nail polish remover will do the trick, right?
Shit.
Real. Like YouTube didn't have any of that. I was searching the whole YouTube.
You gotta go on his YouTube.
You gotta go.
channel.
Now I know where to go. Legit, I was searching the whole YouTube for this book. So I was trying to, dumbass me, I was trying to put a pop socket on my dish bullshit. Cause I put it with my pop socket a lot, and then after that incident, I just got this laptop too. Right?
Wait, what else do you guys do here though?
It fell on the side a little.
If you don't care about your glue issues, man.
Hard drives and MacBook repairs. Yeah.
That's why I use Windows. So if like something gets bricked, you guys can fix it.
What do you mean by brick?
Like let's say, like you know how like let's say you're like messing around trying to jailbreak your phone and it breaks.
I mean, if operating system wipe doesn't help with that, then no. I mean, we can do data recovery off these hard drives if your heads fail.
What are your credentials? Like, where are you learning all this? Don't tell me your YouTube channel is where you learned, and then you came here and you're like, yo, I learned everything.
I have another question. I have an iPhone, right? Oh,
Hey,
I don't have
Kevin,
that anymore. Somebody
you
took
watching
it.
the tip jar?
Yeah, dude. There's nothing in there, bro. We had our tip jar stolen.
Oh, a tip jar?
Yeah. No, it was a joke.
No man wanted some tips.
I see you, bro. Sometimes it's good to do things for free, man.
Don't worry, we won't skip the ad. We won't play ad block.
If you skip that, if you don't skip
Can we,
the ad, you
can
make
we,
more money.
I want to get them out of there. Why are they still here? Get them out of here.
Take care. You guys are really nice people.
Appreciate it.
See ya. Jeez. Just another day at Rossman Repair Group. Oh yeah, Kevin, I told
I
Lewis.
can speak their language. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, Kevin, I told Lewis. like I was walking back this way, and he just went back in the bathroom, slammed the door. Let me get Lewis.
Okay. Please, bro.
Please, bro.
Please, bro.
Please,
bro. They were kind of loud, weren't they?
Very.
Yeah. Jesus.
I'm sure my mic picked them up better than it picks me up.
Yeah.
Paul, are you staying till 9?
Who, me? No. We close at 8.
Yeah, who stays till 9?
Vanera? That dedicated woman over there?
Hard work.
That's not enough flux.
That is the perfect amount of flux.
No, it isn't.
That is the perfect amount of
They're gone,
flux.
Lois. They're gone.
Hey, Paul, where can we get flux?
Store.rossmangroup.com.
Don't
We
delay.
have
Buy today.
Amtech NC995.
55 NC 559 D2 TF.
95. Yeah, I didn't memorize that.
I somehow do.
NC5-559-V2-TF Flux, available in 10cc's and 30cc's. We of course only sell the 30cc because if you buy 10cc's, you won't be able to actually replace an LED driver. You'll only be able to have enough flux to flow half the balls into place. You know that you want 30cc's. Here we're going to demonstrate what happens when you don't use the proper amount of flux.
Were you able to hear them from all the way back there?
No, I sensed them. Hi told me fans were here, so I hid in the bathroom.
They weren't fans.
Yeah, they just...
they were just Please Bros.
Yeah, they were Please Bros.
Please Bros in person. Well, we got some subscriptions out of it.
Yeah.
So
We got 3 subscribers out of Please Bros.
So I got 15 cents a year is what you're telling me.
Yes.
I'd rather decide that.
Kevin, is this your label?
Label?
Label.
Disgusting practice with labels.
Label.
Not mine.
Steve, you wanna give it? But I don't. Lewis, why don't we buy the 55-gallon drums of flux?
Please, bro.
Please, bro.
Not enough.
How much do we need?
More than that.
At least 200.
That's still not enough flux, Paul.
Oh my god. What the fuck happened to these tweezers?
More like what the flux, am I right?
Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
What happened to this $60 tip on this tweezer here?
That looks a lot better than it did before I took the needle nose pliers to it. That means put in Paul's status to replace CPU.
Stop that.
It's only one bad display port data line. It's real easy. Actually, wait, we have you now. Can we have Anel use the Zamo and replace CPU?
Yes.
I thought we were having beat.
Where's Daniel? Daniel is supposed to be Zalmowing.
It does.
Yeah. We just
It is Zalmow.
If it doesn't, we have a Zalmao repairman right here.
The Zalmao was destroyed on its last move to the basement.
No.
Yes, it was.
Very, very polite.
I'll still put. Kevin's putting people on hold.
Leave it for high.
What? Roston Repair Group, where tweezers go to die.
I may have dropped that while cleaning the flux off of them earlier today.
Why were we cleaning the flux off of it?
Because Paul said he doesn't like flux in the tweezers. Paul said he'd much prefer that the tweezers be bent.
Did I now? That doesn't sound like me.
Yeah, it's probably not worth the board repair since the board repair is usually like 250 to 255. I'd probably say, because the repair itself at that point is probably more expensive than the functional.
Was this turning on for you, Paul, or was it turning on, not turning on, and kernel panicking, or?
I didn't even try it. I just opened it and looked.
What is all this corroded stuff for?
Backlight stuff.
Oh. Oh.
What size is it? Is it the glass or that LCD? The picture's still fine.
Someone says, I think Paul has a fear of flux.
A fear of flux.
A fear of flux.
Fluxophobia.
Chris, does this mean we don't have the Rehot 2011 GPU, bro?
This liquid doesn't even wash off with alcohol. It just spreads it around. What just happened?
I see label.
Check that. The other.
Here we can see Lewis copying files.
The plot thickens. No fan spin.
I don't see any fan on the screen.
There's a plot to thicken.
It's dead.
PM sleep?
Don't know. For tomorrow.
Tomorrow? It's 7:51. Hi, grab the A1932.
The A1932, the new MacBook Air for Lewis? That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something.